Alright. I want you to take one close look at the map. Just right now. You got it? You see it? Also, there's a little blue mark indicating the statue. That's nice. Why am I saying this? Because screw this, I'm going back to my gamepad. Screw you, Pro Controller! Don't actually throw your controllers. But yes, I finally have my precious motion controls that I've complained so much about back. It is truly a miracle. So let's go ahead and inspect this stone tablet, and yes, also, hello, Kukomi here, and welcome back to another episode of Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD. Last time, we summoned this tower from the sea. Today, we are ascending it. There appears to be markings that indicate specific directions. Where have we seen this before? Oh wait, hold on, I think it actually takes you through a tutorial, so... There we go. So we'll need to change the rhythm to 4, I don't know if it's 4x3, that sounds like the dimensions of something. But basically the 4 diamonds instead of 3, which you can do by holding left. And with that, we've learned the command melody. And our next door opens. My kin wait beyond the doors. Control them and guide them to their places of truth to open the path to the gods. Well, bye, Stone Slate. I hope you enjoyed your 5 minutes on this Let's Play. Yes, we have a new song in tow, and we can now control these statues using the command melody. Pretty neat. I like the idea behind it. However, we can't exactly get, or we sorta can get over there yet, but it's going to be tough, especially if we have to carry a statue back with us, and there's no magical rainbow bridge like last time. So what do we want to do? We're just going to swing around, because I realized I messed things up. Oh, and my timer. I remembered it last episode too, now I'm upset. We want to go get the statue. Alright, I was worried I actually was going to make that for a second. And yes, there are bubbles in the air just to sort of mess with you. And so, this is also basically an introduction to having to control these guys on your own. So, you want to call them, and that will activate them. But there's no Rainbow Mystic Bridge to save us this time. There is, however, a switch. But, unfortunately, and yes, I didn't throw it this time, we step off the switch and the bridge will disappear. But now we can just command him to go across, while Link just stands here. And I just need to bring attention to how Link looks when he's using the command melody. Just look at him. He's got his arms going, oh. It's pretty funny. I don't know if you can go off the ledge with this. Yes, you can. That was a mistake. Because I do know when you call them behind you, that the statues, they won't actually be able to walk off the ledge. They will always specifically, they'll either get caught in the corner or go around it. So that's nice that you don't have to worry about the AI just sort of hobbling off on accident just because you decide to take a turn really, really tight. But that will just hobble our way across, don't mind us. And once we're across, and I'll get him out of the way because I swear with my luck, I'm gonna grapple hook across the ditch and then land on the statue and it's gonna push me into the ditch. But we've gotten across, and now we can just carry him. No need to have him slowly hobble. Except we can't really get across here, now can we? Well, we got a switch here. We know what we do with switches. We press them. And what's this? Link, it is I, the King of the Red Lions. I'm afraid there are some areas which you will not be able to bring the servants of the tower. But do not fear leaving them behind, for once you have awakened them, they will wait patiently for your return. Of this, I assure you. That actually makes me a little curious if there's like some way to put the servants in a place that makes the game like uncompletable or something of the sort. Because I doubt there is, because you don't have the servants for that long and there's not that many places, but if anyone knows of something, feel free to put it in the comments. Ow. I meant to use the DQ leaf and for some reason I pulled out the grappling hook. But we're just gonna go off in this side chute of door and take a look at Link's face. Welcome to the Dark Nut. This enemy is probably one of the strongest you'll face in the game that's not a boss. Its armor is pretty much immune to being attacked, so what you have to do is you have to wait to parry it based on its attacks. And its attacks are fast, so you need to react quickly. And it does respond to your own movements, so you can see it jumps back, it knows when to do a jump attack. These enemies are smarter than what you've faced up to this point. Also, before I forget, what you want to do is you want to sort of back... Whoa, that hurts. What you want to do is... Oh, okay, that's really bad. That's really bad because... What we need to do is we need to get his helmet off. And that is not the way to do it. In fact, I'm going to die at this rate. So... Ugh. Alright, I'm just gonna drink this red potion. I'm glad I brought this. See, this is what I was worried about. Because you can see on his belt is the Night Crest. This is where you can get more Night Crests. So I think I need to like back away from him. There we go, that's how you do it. And so quickly re-equip the grappling hook. You can see it's like a sort of Anubis thing. But I like the Dark Nuts, they're really fun to fight. I remember just seeing this for the first time ever when I played this game, and I thought that's so cool. And also this theme. God, I love this theme. I think we've heard it before in Forbidden Woods. But just here, like, I associate this theme with the Dark Nut fight in the tower. This just stuck with me so much the first time I played this, when I was really young. It was just so cool. So we do get stuff. I think you can get a Night Crest from those. I think if you don't get the Night Crest from the grappling hook, you will get a Night Crest from the orb, prize orb thing. I don't know what to call them. So don't fear too much if you miss it. Also, there will be a way to fight more of them later, because this one won't come back. And you can destroy these. These will have hearts in them in normal mode, but we're playing hero mode, because we're not scrubs. But what would our reward be for beating a oh-so-powerful knight? Why, it's none other than the staple item, the hero's bow! The staple item of almost every Zelda game, a bow and arrow. Dubbed the hero's bow in this game. Essentially, you pull it out, you can fire stuff. Pretty much works just like the boomerang, but it's more about dealing damage and stunning your enemies, and it doesn't go around an arc, it goes straight to its enemies. The first thing you can do is take out bubbles with them. Yes, you can one-shot bubbles. This is what I was talking about last episode when there was another way to deal with them. It's a really good way to deal with them. No! They also drop arrows occasionally, and that one just fell into the abyss. Also, occasionally in future dungeons, you'll come across a room with, like, the empty skeleton heads that you normally chop open, but they're actually just bubbles waiting to ambush you. You can take them out with arrows from a distance. Just something I thought was kind of neat that would be worth bringing up here. So we don't need these platforms to go across, though I do need... Oh, phew, that was close. I don't need the platforms to go across, but I do need this. So we'll just go ahead and do that really quick. And now with these platforms, we can actually get back to the center. And we have the hero's bow now. you might have noticed we saw some eyeball Really, game? Okay. Okay. Thankfully the bubbles don't respawn. Yes, you might have noticed that earlier we saw we saw some of these eye-like things. And so, why don't we go backtrack through the dungeon really quick and see what they are. As soon as we deliver the statue, of course, to its proper place. God, like seeing the lights go off and you just get to see its face, it looks kind of creepy. It looks more creepy to me without the lights than with the lights. But there is an eye in that room just across from us, but I want to go ahead and get the eye from the beginning of the dungeon first. Thankfully, we can just sort of Deku Leaf across here, but it's also worth mentioning that if you shoot the Beamos in the eye, I think you have to get it though while the eye is actually out. You will take him out. So, just to demonstrate really quick. Yeah, you need to do it while the eye is specifically there. And that's how you take care of Beamos. I don't know if bombs work in this game. I know they work in other Zelda games. I don't know if they work in this game. I always just use the bow. So, also, I'm wondering, is the boat around here? I paused thinking it would bring up the map, but then I realized that it's on the gamepad, and the boat is here. I probably just passed over it. Yep, there he is. Say hi to the boat. For it's the last time we'll see him. For now. I don't recommend being too liberal with your arrows because you will need them a lot throughout this dungeon, but there will be plenty of times to refill your arrows. But in here, we have a bubble. If you want to preserve arrows, you can just do it the old way with the Deku Leaf. I say the old way, we haven't really seen these enemies for that long. But there's a little switch down here. And we got the rupee in midair. And it reveals another chest. I'm pretty sure I remember what's in here. Oh, whoops, and I bashed my head. God, I need to stop bashing my head against random walls and chests. Not healthy for you. Wouldn't recommend it. With that, we get a treasure chart. Hooray, I believe this is the only real, side special treasure. But with that, we also get introduced to a new enemy. I believe these are Armos. Because I know there's another enemy like them later that we'll see pretty soon. But basically, their weak point is on their back, but they sort of just keep following you around. What you want to do is shoot them in the eye, and it'll stun them. And then just attack their jewel. Then they'll just spin around, freak out, and blow up. Your shield can block them, though. So, if you're worried about it, spinning towards you rapidly and taking your health super quickly, just hold up your shield. That's all you really need to do. And, well, with that, I will meet you guys back up at the room. Okay, thank God. I thought I was going to have to wait. It won't be long, but I will meet you guys there. Actually, no. I wanted to talk about something. Something that was sort of been on my mind. Especially when I was just sort of doing the intro bit. Because that reminded me. One, don't throw your controllers. It's not, even if you're frustrated or whatnot, it's not really worth it. And I guess this is going a bit in my personal life, but I never really had anger issues so much, at least not enough that I had to go to therapy for it or anything. But there were times where I played games and I just get super frustrated and I would just throw my controller. Very childish, I know. I'm not that proud of it either. Oh, also, yeah, Wizrobes start appearing. Arrows are a great way to take care of Wizrobes. Yeah. But I still want to kind of conserve since we're a little low, so... Actually, I want to keep the Deku Leaf on X because I like having that, just utility. So, we'll take you out. Or not. Wait. Did the leaf hurt him? I think it's just stunning him. Huh, interesting. I didn't know you could, sort of stop his attacks like that. Well, but yeah. The big thing that sort of, really made me think about it more often was when one time I knew I was getting frustrated playing Mario Kart because I kept losing really bad over and over again. And I kind of just want to do something to take out my frustration. And so I ended up throwing my controller. It's more of a conscious thing, like half conscious, half impulse. So I turned around to throw it into the couch behind me, and then I ended up throwing it to my gamepad full force. Needless to say, my gamepad did not appreciate that and kind of broke it for a bit. It was still usable as a controller, but the screen was like completely cracked and unusable. I had to send it into support, I had to pay for it, it sucked. Also, these are the armos I was thinking of. I don't know which one's which or like what they're called differently, but basically you want to throw bombs at them when they open their mouths, and then they'll just go around like this. Hold up your shield to avoid them blowing up on you. But yeah, just going from that story, it made me really think more about how I take games a bit seriously, and honestly, since then, I feel like I've been more relaxed about games. I still get a little frustrated if I do like really bad in Splatoon or Mario Kart a lot, but not nearly as much as I used to, and I honestly think just that moment was just a sort of a moment of reflection for me. Just a little bit of my own personal story. It's something I'm not that proud to admit. I kind of hate the fact that I even said it now because it makes me look really bad. But hey, I'm not perfect and no one really is. Something else I wanted to bring up that was I sort of mentioned last episode. I wanted to talk about it a little more, but I just didn't. And that's about Ocarina of Time. You can try and shoot these keys with arrows. I don't recommend it. First thing we want to do is these are essentially weights. You can use the statues to weigh them down. I believe Link is about equal to 2 of the statues, 1 or 2 of the statues. I don't remember exactly. But basically, if you want to get the statue lower on one side than the other, you just need to start throwing statues. Or the platforms lower on one side than the other. And yes, bombs do defuse in the water, so come on. This room is purely optional. But yes, what I wanted to say about Ocarina of Time, I swear, I get sidetracked on like everything. Oh, wow, it's the same thing again. Oh, right, in this sort of room, so if you check this... Now, I'm just never going to get to what I want to say about Ocarina of Time, huh? Oh, Link, check it, please. Designs that reflect the wind are drawn here. Well, we happen to have a baton that can change the direction of the wind on a whim, thus screwing over every ecosystem. I feel like I've been saying that a lot this playthrough. It's true, in my defense. But yes, that will make a chest appear in probably a really cool animation. And yeah, it activates these guys. If you're really fast, you can get both of them in like one cycle, like so. And you can just sort of roll away from them. And I'm pretty sure this is just going to be a treasure chest, but I don't know, prove me wrong, game. Feel free to prove me wrong. I'm going to leave that bomb. And it's going to bug like half the comment section, I know it. And is it a treasure chart? It is a treasure chart. What else did I expect? I thought there was only one treasure chart in here. Actually, I think there might be one more, because I know there's one more optional room. And why reward us with anything else but treasure charts? Speaking of optional rooms, but what I wanted to say about Ocarina of Time is that I have very mixed feelings about the game. And I know this isn't an Ocarina of Time Let's Play. I don't even know if I'm ever going to do an Ocarina of Time Let's Play, to be completely honest. I've thought about it, but I definitely wanted to do Zelda games I really liked before then. Because like, Ocarina of Time, I acknowledge it was good in some points, but I feel like, such as, you know, being able to set stuff down with A holding still instead of having A always be throw, that has really messed with me a lot this playthrough. And, well, honestly, as much as people praise Ocarina of Time to be the best Zelda game ever, at least before Breath of the Wild came out, I honestly never thought it held like a candle to Wind Waker, or like when I more seriously started thinking about what games I like and what games I didn't like so much. Because, you know, as a kid, I just sort of like, I like that. I like that, just not as much. We grow cynical as we grow older. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized Ocarina of Time, It's got some neat dungeons. I like the fire temple a lot. And I like the chanting in the background that was in the original N64 version, but I also know that that was removed because it actually was an Islamic chant that really in Islam you wouldn't, or Islamic Muslim, wow. A Muslim chant that in Islam you wouldn't want to hear that outside of prayer time because it's a very sacred and holy thing, and I can respect that. But enough of... I didn't know you could walk up here. Wow. Huh, I learned something new today. I believe there are going to be arrows in here. But yeah, just thought I'd say I'm not the biggest fan of Ocarina of Time. I don't dislike the game. And I've played through the game several times. And heck, I've actually been thinking about replaying it again recently. So, certainly don't dislike it. But I just thought it was worth bringing up, especially since this game was the immediate true successor to Ocarina of Time. I mean, technically Majora's Mask was, but people saw Majora's Mask as more of an expansion, and heck, it was planned to be an expansion of Ocarina of Time. But Wind Waker almost seemed like the true successor to Ocarina of Time, and a lot of people hated it when it first came out because of how childish it looked. Even though, honestly, Wind Waker is probably one of the better Zelda games out there. Though, I will admit, my opinion of Wind Waker has gone down a little bit since starting to do a Let's Play of it, but I think that's mainly because I absolutely hated having to root out where to go for what side content. That just really killed my motivation to even work on this series, and now that we're back in dungeons, I'm just so happy. And granted, yeah, I could just choose not to do it. I guess we did have to go to that. Where did we get the key? Did we get the key from that room? I have not been paying attention. I've just been talking about Ocarina of Time. This room always stood out to me. I always really liked it. It's kind of clever. So you see those lasers. I do think I need to tell you that they hurt you if you touch them. You can stand on that switch to turn them off. However, the moment you walk off it, it'll just turn back on. So, fly across. I honestly didn't even think about this when I was a kid. When I saw my sister do this for the first time, I'm like, oh, that's clever! Something that just stood out to me. So, what you want to do is, we may be destroyed by lasers, but this statue isn't, because it's got goddess powers. So, it's just going to hobble on through, and press the switch for us. And we can just pick up our statue and be on our merry way. Here's where one of the more interesting parts come in. One, you have this Wizrobe, but two, you kinda get way down. And don't worry about the Wizrobe attacking the statue. It can take lasers, it can take fireballs to the face. You don't need to worry about it. Alright. Well, just while it's moving around, I'm gonna chuck the statue at you. Take that. Oh, wow, that did not end well. But yes, this is where the real, like, sort of weights come in, as you need to sort of balance. Oh, they respawn. Okay, I actually forgot they respawned. Don't mind me. So you can see they weigh about the same, but of course as soon as we step on there, it's going to weigh these statues down. So what we want to do is just start throwing these statues on the air. In fact, I'm just going to throw down just to set it, or throw it into the water, because god damn it, why does A have to throw? I swear, we need to make a counter every time I accidentally throw something. That sounds like something a more popular channel would do that wants to make a meme or something. I don't know. So let's go ahead, drop the statue properly, miss the ladder because, you know, and go ahead and get the next statue. And with that, we're actually getting through the Tower of the Gods really quick. I expected this to take a bit longer, to be honest. Especially after how long the side quest-a-thon took. But, yeah, we're going through this really fast because we don't have a lot to do after we finish this floor. And yes, we're right at the end of this floor, just to let you know. We've done most of the stuff we can do on the side. It feels nice to just be able to move forward, though. And that's what I really liked about Skyward Sword, doing my Skyward Sword LP. I felt like anything I could just push forward, and anything I had to do on the side wasn't too intrusive. There was some somewhat intrusive stuff. But hey, well, best not to talk about other Zelda games, or I guess, yeah. I want to make this an experience, though, about Wind Waker, and sharing my memories about Wind Waker, not necessarily talking about my opinion on Ocarina of Time or Skyward Sword. So instead, we're gonna watch them shoot lasers from their chest! I would say from their nipples, but it's from the center. And yeah, I'm not gonna go into that any further. But we have a mysterious light, and mysterious lights are always good. I'm gonna break these pots in really quick just to see if there's like, I wonder, can I blow these pots? Yes, I can. Just to get some more magic, because I'm kinda low. And I would like magic, thank you very much. And if, from what you saw on the map in the beginning of the game, or beginning of the episode, there's only like one room on the 3rd floor. It's not long, and before you know it, we will be at the boss. So, let's go. Well, we can see the way forward right there, but it's sort of blocked. And we got multiple Beamoses. Beamoses. Basically, what you want to do is you want to get close, shoot them. And ta-da, they're dead. Hooray. And you can guess what we have to do. Would you believe that the first time I played through this game, I didn't think to take out the Beamoses? Wow, we traded. Dang. Except I didn't die in one hit. Take that, Beamos. Who's laughing now? I mean, I guess you couldn't laugh in the first place. I doubt you even have sentience. But hey. But the first time I played through this, I didn't even think to take out the Beamos. So I just tried to run past them with the statues. I'm like, please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me. You can imagine how annoying that must have been. But, with our intellect and knowledge, and the power of hindsight, we know to just shoot them in the eye. That's a great lesson to take away in life. Don't actually shoot people in the eye. That is a terrible lesson. And yes, we get the boss key. The boss key isn't really hidden out of the way or anything. And yes, these guys come to life as soon as you take them out. But we can just roll past them because that's not that big of an issue. They go at the speed of a snail. Look at that. I missed the pots and they still haven't caught up to us. Good job. Mini Armos? I'm gonna call you Mini Armos. Take this pot. Wow, I meant Joy Pendant. Well, good thing they're slow. Wait. Oh, we have to kill them in order to open the door. Oh, hello. Hey, remember when I called you guys slow? Me neither. Yeah, we're friends, right? I'm not gonna stab you in the back, or I guess I didn't technically stab you. There we go. Stab you in the back. Just like what friends do, right? Friends don't actually do that, and I feel like I've been giving terrible life advice this episode. Jeez. And, well, onward and forward. And we are now outside. I remember just walking outside here for the first time, like, whoa, this is amazing. We see a Helm Rock. These Beamos are special in that their eyes don't actually rotate. Instead, they just do that. But they're also, like, really good about being on, about being able to hit you. Thankfully, we also have another way to take care of these Helm Rocks now. And what you could also do is just shoot them. Yeah, when life gives you a problem, shoot them. There we go. Great life advice right there. We can see this one is actually rotating its head. A nice thing you can do in this version is that since you can move while aiming, you could just sort of move forward and then wait for it to just start shooting, which is really nice. So, alright, let's get rid of you. Get your golden feather. God, that feels so satisfying. I'm not even playing with sound right, or I'm playing with very limited sound right now. I was hoping to get that arrow. Get you. Got all my arrows, thank you. Let's see if we can get around these guys. There we go. And there is a fairy in one of these pots. I don't know which one it is, but I said I wasn't going to use fairies, just that for the little added challenge. Don't come towards me. So this is going to be an interesting boss fight. I do have a red potion. I'm probably going to equip it just in case. We don't need a Deku Leaf or grappling hook for this boss. So red potion it is. You have done well to find your way to this place. O chosen one, accept this final challenge. This boss is awesome. You gotta love the music. In fact, I'm just gonna shut up for a second. Ooh, okay. So yes, basically he's just going to hover around and sort of push his hands at you every now and then. What you want to do is you want to shoot the eyes on his hand so you can shoot the eyes in his head. Because, you know, Zelda logic. Whenever life gives you... I didn't mean to use that. I meant to use my bombs. Well, there goes my healing for this battle. And if you're worried about running out of arrows, well, I think it would be better to just show you what happens if you run out of arrows. Same goes for bombs, though. Trust me, just look at that bomb count and tell me we're going to run out of bombs. Also, anywhere not on the main platform is that sort of edge area. That is electrical. And yeah, that also hurts. I remember the first time I watched my sister go through this. This is actually the first point in the game she got a game over because she kept getting knocked into the the area down there. And yes, that shiny is normally good, but that stuff electrocutes you. And they will try and push you into it. It's an interesting fight. It reminds me a lot of the Mario 64 boss, the hand boss, except a little more fleshed out. Oh! Ooh. Yeah, but you can see when you run out of arrows, he will just sneeze 10 arrows at you. I haven't seen that attack, wow. So, the thing with the hands is that they don't stay down for good. You need to take out the eyes quickly, so just Z-target. His eyes are not vulnerable while he's doing this attack, but he doesn't follow you like super quickly. If so long as you're moving, you won't have to worry about it. And he will keep supplying you with arrows. He's not an enemy, he's just really there to make sure you're ready. So, let's throw a bomb. 3's the magic Zelda number anyways. And we're done. The path can now be opened. O chosen one. What will now come to pass is tied to your fate, to the path that you have chosen. Go forward with caution. And, well, we've defeated the boss. Let's head forward to the top of the Tower of the Gods. You can see around here, it looks pretty nice. Let's just take a second to look around. I always like the look of this area. Don't know why in particular. But what can we do? We look up, and we see a bell. And that handle looks suspiciously like some other stuff we've seen on our adventure. What an epic way to ring a bell. You have done well, Link. It would seem the gods have acknowledged you to be a true hero. But this does not mean your trials have ended here. Once you take your first step into the world beyond the ring of light you see shimmering in the waves before you, your true trial will begin. Are you ready, Link?